Top 10 highest paying jobs in Singapore for 2021. Number 1. C-suite roles. These executive positions in a company typically come in at the top of the highest paid jobs lists. The salaries of Chief Financial Officers, Chief Executive Officers, Chief Operating Officers range from Singapore $325,000 to Singapore $500,000 in disciplines from financial services, fintech, chemicals and engineering, healthcare and life sciences, retail, fast-moving consumer goods and technology, media and telecommunications. And like other roles, remuneration for C-suites roles is based on the candidate's experience, company size, and sector. Number 2. Investment Banking Director. Commanding a yearly salary of up to Singapore $373,000, the Investment Banking Director is responsible for most of its investment banking revenue. This client-facing role faces enormous pressure to acquire new clients and generate revenue. It requires strong analytical skills, strong financial literacy and excellent communication and public speaking skills. Number 3. Regulatory Affairs Director. The healthcare and life sciences sector is one of the fastest growing sectors in Singapore. With global healthcare companies making Singapore their regional headquarters, there's a growing demand for those with expertise in the laboratory, technical sales and regulatory affairs. The Regulatory Affairs Director role commands Singapore $320,000 to Singapore $360,000 per annum. The position is demanding. The RA Director needs to be fluent in scientific and legal documents, and government and company regulations to ensure that policies are met. It essentially requires one to bridge the processes between private healthcare companies and regulatory authorities. Number 4. General Counsel. Earning from Singapore $230,000 to Singapore $310,000, general counsels employed by public corporations are more than just lawyers. These top legal officers are required to draw upon industry knowledge and function as business advisors to CEOs. On top of that, general counsels need to help drive efficiencies in their organizations by leveraging legal technology. Is a wonderful time for the legal sector in Singapore. The Ministry of Law in Singapore had recently launched various initiatives to promote technology innovation and development in Singapore's legal industry for the next decade at Tech Law Fest, an annual conference on law and technology, held in October last year. Number 5. Head of Sales. Responsible for the leadership of a sales department within a company, the head of sales earns from Singapore $150,000 to Singapore $347,000 in various industries such as retail, TMT, engineering, and financial services and fintech. With skills like these sales directors manage the strategic efforts of a company's sales team and ensure the team meets projected sales targets. With the growth of digitization in sales heads have to lean into digital transformation and at the same time, not lose the human touch when it comes to managing clients. Number 6. Head of Procurement. The head of procurement oversees a company's purchases, earning between Singapore $112,000 to Singapore $320,000. The procurement head collaborates with the finance and logistics teams to set purchasing strategies and policies while meeting a company's budgetary and other operational requirements. Aside from making profitable decisions, the procurement head also requires a combination of market research, management, negotiation, and communication skills. Number 7. Head of Compliance. This role ensures that the company and its employees comply with legal requirements, industry regulations, internal policies, and bylaws. As the future of work evolves in a globalized economy, managing bylaws and regulations become increasingly complex. The head of compliance, who will need to have vast knowledge about compliance in many countries in the region, can make up to Singapore $300,000. Number 8. Head of Human Resources. Human resources is no longer viewed as an administrative support function that doesn't generate revenue in a business. It has evolved to become an essential business partner to help identify problems in the corporation, develop and sustain employee engagement, retain talent, and plan for the workforce's future needs. And that is why HR directors are in high demand and can expect to make anywhere from Singapore $200,000 to Singapore $275,000. Number 9. Supply Chain Operations Director. At its core, the supply chain is a convergence of different processes coming together to complete a task. These processes vary in complexity and diversity, depending on the specific sectors and organization size. The Supply Chain Operations Director can earn between Singapore $120,000 to Singapore $270,000. As the supply chain management industry evolves to embrace digital automation more than ever, the Operations Director must strategically navigate to be a revenue driver for the business, delivering tighter schedules, faster fulfillment, better efficiency, and higher profits. Number 10. Head of IT. Aside from overseeing the infrastructure of technical operations, the head of IT also needs to set policy and meet governance requirements relating to business technology, particularly when it comes to risk and cybersecurity. They also require business abilities like budget control, strategic thinking and business analysis, and soft skills such as leadership and vendor management. The head of IT can expect to make from Singapore $180,000 to Singapore $240,000. Top 10 highest paying jobs in Singapore for 2021. In summary, as follows. Your salary is a significant deciding factor when evaluating any career path or job opening. While the list showcases senior roles, it does give you a better idea of how much your superiors are paid as compared to yourself and what you can look forward to in your career development. It also highlights the sectors and industries that are more well-paid comparatively for your references to decide on what career that you want to embark on. What does it take for you to move up the corporate ladder and get on the list for top 10 highest paying jobs in Singapore? hope this information is useful to you and wish you all the best in your future endeavors.